and guys could have chosen to go another way. And they hung in there and got tougher and really competed. It's been a fun team to be around the last 6 weeks. And I'm proud of them for winning a big game at home. Great crowd, like a just awesome crowd. It's like one of the reasons why you come to Iona. And obviously, great day for DeJour to announce that he's staying. That's a huge part of retention of mid-major basketball. Like, he's just a great kid, and great crowd, great atmosphere, unbelievable fans, unbelievable support. So it's a special place, and we'd like to go to AC and make a run.
I think this is the most happy I've seen you after a game in 2 years. Is that fair?
I don't know. I mean, maybe so. I'm happy. I'm happy. Big picture, I'm happy. Happy about the fact that, like, what we've done the last 6 weeks, and then happy about today, and then happy about DeJour coming back. I mean, there's like so much of when your whole life is you build a program, right? You build around certain guys, and it's been hard with new guys the last 2 years, and so I think that will steamroll a lot of other guys too. I think that's a great message to send. Hey, our best player wants to be here, and so. But no, I'm proud of the guys. And listen, the seniors like Jalen Barr and he played well, and Clarence, like the end of the game. I don't think Clarence played the last 15 minutes, but he was so on the bench. He was so good as far as being a great teammate, talking to the guys, was totally into the game. Just a high character guy, and it's part of the reason we've had success here down the road the last 6 weeks.
Well, yeah, you just said that about 6 weeks. The biggest turnout has probably been the way you guys have been closing out games. How important was it to close out today's game going into AC next week?
Very important, but it wasn't. I mean, it'd been nice to close out the game before we got to the actual shot. Yeah, so I mean, it was like, yeah, it looks good in hindsight. It's like they always say, like, well, it looked like a 30-point win in the offseason. But like, wow, that was easy. It was not easy. I mean, the kid hit the shot, the three, to tie it up, and it's like, and we didn't get a great look the last. But we had a couple of possessions where we could have got it to 7, and we didn't. DeJour missed a couple three shots. He was like right there. The ball's in the right guy's hands, and then we always have a debate about whether we should go through Adam or through Day at the end of the games, and we kind of went through both of them. It was like trial by error, and they both. I think Adam delivered, but listen, Yvette was unbelievable. I mean, to keep us in the game, Yvette made some big plays. Menard hit some big threes when they could have started to stretch us out a little bit too. So, our guys are really hung in there, stuck together, and like we're not pretty. It's not like a team that's going to be always going to score 90 points. But if you find a way to win, that's this time of year is what's important.
Tobin, I think I noticed this, so let me ask it. It seems now in the last month or so you're calling more set plays than you did early in the season. Is that true?
Probably so, yeah. Yeah, probably so. Make sure the ball gets into Adam Dady's hands. But we didn't score we scored a lot in transition. I thought was good. We scored some stuff in that way. And then again, we're trying to have a little more control. Right. When you're not a great offensive team, you have to kind of play through your best players. And sometimes they need to be, hey, this guy is going to get the ball. DeJour is going to get the ball. He's going to make a play. Adam's going to get the ball, make a play, right? So yeah, I think more sets. That's very astute of you, Jim. That's definitely what we're trying to do. There's a little more control, a little more. But sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I think down the stretch we ran a couple sets and we didn't score, and then we ran a couple and we did score. So we always go back. We dissect that. We have a plan going in, a plan going forward, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But I thought, I don't know how many offensive rebounds we had today. I mean, we missed some shots, some great. We had 17 offensive rebounds, right? That's huge for us. Because if you miss, we missed 31 shots, so we got 17 of the shots we missed. We got rebound. That's more than half your misses. I'm not a math major, but I think that's more than half your misses. So we were able to Yvette was. I mean, Yvette, and a lot of times he got fouled too. They're holding him down. Like he was. Like when he plays like that, like he's a big, strong dude, and he's gotten so much better. And we yell at him a lot. Like he's coached a lot, and by a lot of people. And he's, to his credit, he's kind of hung in there and gotten better.
Coach, you're down 9 a few minutes into the second half, and Justin gets a 3, and then Yvette gets back-to-back jams to get you back in the game. How important was it to get the ball inside to you at that point? Huge,
and I thought Adam did a good job of finding him on some plays where he was around the basket, just threw it up to me, went and got the ball. Yeah, it was huge. We didn't start the second half very well. I could see it coming. Sometimes when you catch up, you're down by 16, you catch up, you get it to 1, and then it's like, okay, now we're fine. When we came out of the second half, like this, we're down by 9, and it was like pretty drastic. And so I think we answered that run and got it back to where it was a good game. And then the crowd helped us, the fans helped us. It was awesome.
You sure Reeves got that three to tie the game at 7-all?
Yep. Big three, big shots. Missed a couple free throws. You know, he's fasting for Ramadan. We got a few guys that are doing that. So it's like
They were telling us.
I'm like, dude, just take a drink. I said, after you all right? He's tired. He said, well, I'm really thirsty. I'm like, I think God will let you take a drink of water. You know. I said, I don't get into religious stuff at all, but I'm Methodist and I can eat and drink when I want to. Maybe we should all be Methodists or something. I don't know. But I mean, he missed some free. He never misses free. He missed 2 free throws the first half. Missed a free throw the second half. Like he didn't miss free throws usually. So, but to his credit, he hit some big threes and hit some big shots.
I've heard coaches say that one of the hardest things to do in college basketball is when you win the first game, the second time you meet them, it's hard to win twice.
Yes.
That kind of worked in your favor today. I think like your guys, they mentioned to us when we talked to them when they were in here that they were really motivated to make up for the getting embarrassed the first time. Is that something that I imagine you were involved with?
I mean, a little bit, but we also were down by 16 points. You should tell them next time you talk to them that, like, if they're that motivated, it would be nice to be up by 16 points. And we're down. So it's motivated. Sometimes, like, all that stuff is great. When the ball gets tipped up, it really doesn't mean a whole.
How much did you show them the film?
We showed them the score. We showed the score. We showed the score at the halftime. We showed the score during the game. We kind of, but like I said, a lot of that stuff is if you got tough dudes who play hard, you know, they know what happened there. We all know what happened there, you know. But I think credit to Sacred Heart. I mean, they're a dangerous offensive team. The kid Griffin Baruch was hitting threes from the parking lot. You know, I mean, there's a couple times I'm like. Yeah, we defended him pretty well, and he still hit shots. Like it wasn't like we didn't defend him well. I mean, he hit some big threes, and they hit some big shots, and so credit to them. I think, like I told you, I think that's a dangerous team in AC. There's a lot of dangerous teams in AC.
What's it going to take to get Iona to the NCAA tournament?
Well, I got to win 3 games in AC.
How are you going to do that?
Went on Thursday. Then went on Friday, then went on Saturday. I don't know. We'll go back to work tomorrow. We'll play Manhattan. And like we just said, we beat them last game here, so probably they got a little advantage on us. The fact that they're playing well, and they're a good, same thing, good offensive team. So, you know, we told them before the game, it's good to play this team today before AC because this game matters. This game means something. It hopefully gets our self going. But it's a little bit like the baseball saying, like momentum's only as good as your next day's starting pitcher. Like, really doesn't matter. What happens on Thursday? What happens the next 2 days in preparation, next 3 days in preparation, and then Thursday will be we got to show up and play. Because it doesn't mean anything on Thursday, right? I mean, overall, the guys feel good about what happened. They feel like there's been a lot of improvement. But we got to go play well on Thursday.
What do you do over the next 4 days?
Take tomorrow off, and then we'll go hard Monday, Tuesday. Then we'll head down to AC on Wednesday and kind of make sure we got all our stuff in preparation wise, and then play. Is it the late game Thursday night?
Yeah. 8:30.
That's good for Ramadan too. The guys can eat when the sun goes down, I guess. So that'll be good.
Sacred Heart was your first and last MAC game. Are you able to reflect on the growth over the last 3 months?
I told them, I said, I'm not sure any team in the country has gotten better over that course of time that we have. I really believe that. I mean, we went down there and just got drilled, and it wasn't even. I mean, it was bad. It wasn't even close. We had no. We didn't play together. We didn't play any energy, all that kind of stuff. It was awful. It was awful. It was like one of the most embarrassing nights. I mean, I think I texted every person I knew who'd ever been to Iona and apologized because I'm like, that's not how we should play. So I'm proud of the fact that we have gotten better. I remember there's a time about 6 weeks ago when we were not doing well, and Christian Winborn, who's been injured, obviously, said to the fellas like, "Hey, listen, this is not over yet, man. Like, this is not over. Like, just keep grinding, get better, and proud of what we've done the last 6 weeks."
Is he playing again?
We're hoping. Well, hopefully he's trying to get healthy, so we'll see. Be nice. But.
Tobin, I know there's one moment, less than 40 seconds to go. Sacred Heart successfully tied the game near the end. How do you deal with that?
We're trying to get run a ball screen play to get we're trying to get Adam off a ball screen and then get Day to the top. We're going to try to throw the ball back to Adam or back to Day and get him in space where he can make a play. And they kind of took that away. They did a good job. So last game, it's like we ran that same play against him last time and it worked against him, right? So we knew in our preparation that's something we'd run late game. We call it snowplow because the 2 guys stand like they're in a snowplow. So we're trying to get Adam off that thing, pop Day out, get Day some space, and they'll make a play. They did a good job, which most teams do. They prepared for it, they guarded it. So Adam had to go make a shot. And listen, and in most games you watch, it's a guy making a big play, making a big shot. There's the X and O part. It's great to have a great set, but like the guy can go make a play, and that's a huge thing.
Coach, with DeJure making his announcement he's going to come back as a graduate student, it's great to hear he's going to be able to graduate this year. Does that help you as far as keeping this group together for next year?
Absolutely, I think so. I absolutely think so. You know, listen. The biggest problem is retention and for mid majors, right? It's just like he got approached by a lot. I mean, what's going on out there is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's just, I mean, he's, you know, all these guys are getting hit up. Not all of the guys who are having good years are getting hit up behind the scenes. Constant, you know, here's the money, here's this, here's that. I mean, you have no idea what. I mean, it's ridiculous what's going on, right? So we have to deal with that, and he has to deal with that. So here's a kid who basically said, you know what? I'm happy at Iona. I love Iona. I've had a great year. He's a leader of our team without saying a whole lot, and like. Once I think that will get the ball rolling. Like, this is the great place to be, you know. So I think it should really help us. And listen, I'm just happy he's coming back. I love the kid. I love him. He's giving me a huge hug down there. I'm like, I love the kid. He's a special person, special player, of great family. And I think, you know, listen, this is a great place. Like, to me, I wouldn't leave here unless, you know, I got a kid in Kentucky now, right? If an SEC team said, hey, I want you to go to the SEC, okay, I got you. You know, Power Fives, they want to offer you huge money. We're not talking about, it's like, why go someplace else mid-major or something like that? Especially when you got, I was talking to a recruit, you have one chance at your career. That's it. They don't get to do this over again, right? So if you go someplace else for all the wrong reasons, which guys are doing, they're going for money, for promises, to make an agent more money. I mean, these agents they're not agents. They're preying on these kids, right? And they're getting 20% of the money that the kid signs for. So they don't have your best interest at heart. You know, so to credit to Data and his family, his mom's a wonderful person. The whole family's great people. They knew what was the most important thing is. It's about the fit. It's about, you know, and he's gonna go on and have a great year next year and go pro. And you know, and I said to him, I mean, I think because in this environment, him coming back, he becomes a legend. Like, he could have left and he didn't leave, right? And so obviously there's more guys, and I won't get into the specifics about, but there's a lot of guys who want back, you know. And hopefully they'll come back. And I cannot tell you, and I'll tell you anything, coaching a team, we've gone through a lot this year, like close games, a lot. To have that experience for next year is invaluable. You can talk all you want to. It's like, this is hard, you know, with 13 new guys. So, you know, you'd like to take this team and go play the whole schedule again this year, right? Take this team, like what happened the first 15 games, go play the exact same schedule, but you don't get to do that, but we can do it next year, you know. So this will help us, I think, going forward. And recruiting's going well, and you know, I'm proud of the staff has hung in there with us. It's not been easy, but it's part of the deal. You know, you don't sign up for this to be easy, obviously, you know.
Coach, if it's Saturday night, you guys are cutting down our nets in Atlantic City. Why? Why would that have happened?
It would be our defense, our rebounding, right, and winning some close games. Because I think we're not going to go down there, and no one's going to go down there and blow anybody out, right? So you got to have the mentality. I think that first game is such a big game because it's like that gives you. I mean, the tournament really starts on Friday, in my opinion. Like I've been a lot of these, but not to puff my chest out or not, but like a lot of these things, like in Division II, you know, even when I was at FDU, like you win that first game, that gets you going for the tournament really starts on Friday, but you got to get to Friday, and we're going to play a really good Manhattan team who I think is tremendous. So, but if you can get that win, that gets you going for the next round. So we got to go down there with unbelievable effort and toughness and concentration, and you go down to a new arena, new place. I mean, listen, we're not idiots. We beat them last year in the tournament. So like you talked about the motivational stuff, and there's no doubt about that. Those guys, like they have more returners. Everybody has more returns than we do, but they have Jaden Winston, they have Bender, they have Robinson, guys who were there last year. They'll be jacked up for us on Thursday. But once again, like it's what you do in those 40 minutes that's going to be the difference. But yeah. Do
the guys know that, like, the history of this tournament, that it's always chaos, that it's never the one seed that wins and all of that?
I think they know that just across college basketball, right? But yeah. We'll definitely hit that again with them. We'll definitely talk about that kind of stuff. We'll definitely hit that. But like you got to be laser focused on the first game because you can't think about what's ahead of you, because you do that and then it's like you lose you got to put all you can, which Manhattan will do for us, and John Gallagher's a really good coach. They've had a great year, and they'll come in ready to play on Thursday. So we have to get ourselves prepared, and but I'm proud. Like you take it in and of itself right now. What we've done, like enjoy this till midnight. I might go have a beer or two, and then some wings and some ice cream after that's over, and then we'll get ready for Manhattan after that. But like I just think what they've done the last 6 weeks, 11-4, like in a couple of those it'll drive you crazy. A couple of those we could have had too, but like that's part of it. So like I think it's just a credit to their character and hanging in there, and I appreciate all the support. I just saw Kevin Hamilton. I remember Kevin Hamilton, Linda Bruno, people who are alumni here. We were struggling. Like they were calling me up and texting me up and like come to my office and talking to me and just like, hey, hang in there. It's and that means a lot, right? Because we as a coach, you're like we've had a lot of success, but there's still like. It's you have doubts. You're like, well, is this going well? It's we're struggling. Like, what are you going to do? How do we? There's a new environment too, where it's like, man, how do we figure this thing out? So I think to our guys' credit, and it's like we started off and everybody probably gave up on them, and this guy's not very good. This guy's not very good. This guy can't do this. But you know what? Like Yafet Mundi, right? Yafet Mundi today was a first team all conference player. Was he? I mean, right? He wasn't before that, so he's gotten better, Menard, we thought Menard would be our 10th, 11th man. Like Menard's been a huge part of our success, right? We knew dating Adam would be good. So Kome wasn't even playing a month ago, and he hung in there and fought, and like he was huge today. I mean, what did Kome do? And I love Kome. Kome has 16 points. I'm not sure he had 16 points total a month ago. So I mean, he's hung in there. He defends. He cares. So it's been a fun team to coach, and I'm proud of them.
Coach.
Well, Lizzie got one back here. What do you got? She made us all these bracelets too, so I want to know with the bracelets on. So she gets to ask a question. What do you got?
A lot of times we ask players how they've learned and grown throughout the season. How have you learned? What have you learned, and how have you grown this season?
Like a lot. That's a great question, right? So it's like I think I've been more calm. Me and Dave talked about this yesterday. It's just like trying to. I think this team, like Yafet's an emotional kid, right? Rupert's an emotional person. Adam's an emotional guy. Like me, being over the top emotional, not good for this team. So I've had to tone it down a little bit, try to be more like, hey, reassuring, more positive. I mean, I've been overly negative the last year. I've been frustrated, right? So I kind of like, but I got to put that aside and just do what I can to help our guys. And I think I've done better with the staff's help, my wife's help. She's a very good resource for me. She talks to me about things, and so I think that's helped a lot. And just like, you got to grind away, man. It's like you get down how you want to. You got to come back into work. We lost some tough games along the way. We just go back the next day and try to get a little bit better. And you need to spend more time with the guys. Like that's important. Individual conversations are so important, and spending time with them. And me and Rupert went to lunch last week, and that means a lot. Like just like, hey, listen, we have your back. We love you. It's been an up and down year for all of us, but like we still believe in you. And listen, March is great for college basketball because whatever's happened, you got 4 or 5 days here to go become legends. It's true.
Strategically, you've changed a lot, right? I mean, don't press as much. That was like
Yep.
when you came in, you were going to press all the time. You had to modify that.
Yep, we had to change it up. Yeah, we changed it up a ton. We tried to press one possession. They kept scoring. I'm like, and I want to press, right? And I'm sure all my fans in the world think we shouldn't press all the time, but like it's been pretty successful most of the time. It's like we try to press one time, they got to dunk. I'm like, oh, all right, that's on me. That's my basket. I said, we're trying. We don't play on zone either. We almost went zone. We're kind of like, if we go zone, we were trying to find a way to get a stop, and like, yeah. So we went more half court defense. It's been better for us. I think it also saves our better scores too. Like DeJour's able to play more minutes when we're not pressing. So. But boy, he rebounds, man. I tell you what, he comes crack. Man, I don't know how he's not very tall. In a way, a whole lot. He comes flying in there on the offensive board. So, yeah.
Coach, just going to follow up as you were talking about all the voices that your players hear from outside Iona. Is there you see anything happening in college basketball as far as setting ground rules for how players are staying at schools or what their opportunities are?
It doesn't look like it because of all the lawsuits and stuff. Now, the revenue sharing stuff will change it for the big schools because they'll now be able to share their revenue and make it a little more balanced at that level. So hopefully that trickles down to us. But at the end of the day, people are going to start. I mean, a guy comes here and plays well, they're going to try to poach him. We're become I don't mind the NIL stuff. I think kids should get paid. The transfer portal, the nonstop free agency, and then the lack of transparency. I hear it all the time. I talk to coaches all the time, right? It's like in that locker room. Do you think guys tell the truth about what they're making? No one does, right? It's like, hey, I'm making $500,000. Oh, you're no. I mean, I've heard it all the time. Like guys just make up these. So it's like there's no transparency. It's like and then an agent will say, hey, I can get you such and such money someplace else. No, you can't. That's not true. Like, there's no, like, show me a contract for that. Like, there should be transparency. There should be collective bargaining. There should be, you can do 2-year contracts, things like that. What's going to happen at graduation where a guy goes to school for 4 years? Like, you know, I went to Wesleyan, right? Wesleyan, number 1 in the country, Division III. They're playing the NCAAs here tonight. I'm going to watch them play, right? Like, I'll go back for alumni weekend here in a few weeks. Like, that's my school. That's my place, right? Guys go for 4 places in 4 years or 3 schools in 4 years. Like, what's their school? So I'm proud of DeJour because, like, I think he will come back after he's done after next year. I mean, he's going to score 1,000 points in 2 years, right? He's going to probably be all conference this year, all conference next year, and he'll be a guy like, listen, people are going to love DeJour because he did in this climate. He did something that people aren't doing. But yeah, it's going to be a hard, Ken. It's hard once all these lawsuits and things, and it just got way out of hand, and you know, it's hard to kind of adjust to it. You know, I'm glad I'm not 30. If I was 30, I'd have too many more years of this stuff. But I love coaching. I love what we're doing. I love the progress we're making, and we got to figure a way to exist in this climate. So, you know, but Day coming back, man, that's a good for. And recruiting is going well, and it's a special place. Like, Iona's a special place, and you know, listen, we haven't had the year we wanted to have, but I like what we've had now. Let's go have a great week in AC and see what happens.
Not holding you to this, just in general. Do you feel like you kind of know already other guys are going to come back too, or you just don't know?
I think I have a pretty good feel, yeah. I mean, I think it helps the last 6 weeks. I mean, like you play in that atmosphere today. It's like, and you guys are, you know, guys who were playing, like, that's fun. You know, you look around, that's a fun atmosphere. You know, I've been at Division III, Division II, where you're playing a great game and in front of, you know, 40 people.
Yeah.
So it's a special place. There's a lot of tradition here. So I think a lot of it is like if the guys get along, like everybody likes Day, so it's like everybody likes all our guys. They're all good. They're all good guys. So I think there'll be a little bit of a whole group coming. But listen, everybody's got their own situations too. Some guys want to play more. Some guys want to have bigger roles. Some guys want to all that stuff, you know. And Yafet wants to go to the Knicks. I mean, Yafet thinks he'll be starting for the Knicks next year, so I've got to calm him down. I mean, he's going to go hardship and go play in the pros next year. So, which today maybe he could have. You know. All good. All right, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Coach.
Thanks, Coach.